This is Sam, Tim, Danny, and John, and this is our final project for business analytics. Um, First, we're going to look at how we manipulated our data in order to transform it and make it easier to use. We manipulated the data in Excel in order to make it more quantitative. In order to do this, we changed columns such as priority and satisfaction and used a find and replace on the column to remove the text and assign a numeric value. We also added a calculated field called speed, which used an if statement based on the days open to assign a speed rating to each request. If the request was open for 2 days or less, it was given the title quick. If it was open 3 to 7 days, it was medium, and if it was 7 or more days, it was slow. So that's how we manipulated our data, and now we're going to talk about the different factors. Our first graph shows the average days open against the filed against category. So this shows access and systems, software, and hardware. Access and login has the lowest amount of days open with 0.27 days. Software has 6.11 days. Systems has 9.52 days, and hardware has 17.31 days. There's a trend line in the middle that shows the average of all 100,000 issues, which is 6.84 days. And this allowed us to see which categories are taking longer than the average and which are taking less than the average. Our findings go along with our basic expectations that the IT desk should be able to resolve issues pertaining to access and login issues within minimal amount of hours, maybe a day at max, and then larger projects that deal with the reconstruction and maintenance of systems and hardware should take much longer.
In the next bar graph, we are showing each filed against category and level of satisfaction within that category. The x-axis is the count of satisfaction and the y-axis is the level of satisfaction. This graph represents and displays that the overall level of satisfaction is positive for each filed against category. As you can see, systems and access and login are the ones that the employees are highly satisfied with for the request for help.
Our next visualization shows the average days open based upon the different levels of satisfaction. We determined that average days open would be a good determinant of satisfaction since employees depend on their IT department to resolve their issues. As the graph shows, the employees who were unsatisfied with how their ticket was handled had the highest days open on average with 8.24. Following that, employees who were satisfied had an average of 6.9. And the employees with the fewest average days open were the most satisfied with how their ticket was handled. In addition to that, there was a decent amount of employees who were unknown with their satisfaction for their ticket process, and that their average days open was comparable with the employees who were satisfied. So based upon that, we assumed that they were indifferent with their ticket handling process and thus did not respond.
The last visualization we compiled represented how the IT desk prioritizes the ticket with regards to the level of seniority within the company. We believe that this is an important indicator because by prioritizing upper level management's tickets can lead to efficiency within the business as a whole. The graph gives a great representation using color of how the IT desk assesses priority based on seniority. Looking at all of these variables by itself might not tell an accurate story of efficiency, but when analyzing all of these visualizations together, we were able to show that the IT help desk was efficient for the most part through their high satisfaction levels, their ability to maintain the priority of requests, and their ability to minimize the amounts of days open. We believe that there is still room for improvement within the IT desk, but after analyzing the data, we conclude that they are overall an efficient aspect within the company.